So we are close to the night of Barat, Laylat'ul Barat, the night of redemption, it is called. And so some say that it is also the birthday of Sayyidina Mehdi alayhi salam, that we are waiting for him now. But this is not the official line in the Sunni line. Yeah, this is what they say in the Shia tradition. No? However, in the beginning, when those things were mentioned, there wasn't a Shia and there wasn't a Sunnah in that sense. No, there was just one party, and this is what happened in the beginning. And then, more or less 100 years later, the things started to divide in other paths. And the biggest parties is the Shia and the Sunnah, but there are many, many others as well. Yeah, there's the Alevite, and there is so many others. You know, no need really to speak too much about it when we divide it now. But so this night is a special, and we said it already. We're not going to talk too much about how to perform it, because you will receive it in the mail, inshallah, with the detailed description, because there's also 3 times Yasin to read between Maghrib and Isha. Yeah. So with 3 different intentions, but we are going to write that in the email, okay? And we said it already, in case your physics doesn't allow you to make the 100 rakats, no, you can do 2, yeah, with the intention of making the 100, but you should recite 1000 Ikhlas altogether, so 500 per rakat, yeah. You choose, okay. So this time is a special time in which we are into it. It is a time of standby, and you may feel it very strong in your life, that if you look to the outside of your life, to the exterior matters in your life, there is not much you can see in this moment. Yeah, you cannot look really into your future in this moment. And it has to do, of course, with the characteristic of these months, of these 3 months, holy months, that want us to stand inside, you know, to focus on the inside. But it is also a message from up, that we are pointed now to a place inside of us, outside in our life, to stand by, to stand still, no, yeah, for whatever is going to come, no. Therefore, if you feel this kind of depression, even, you know, that you always want to see into your future, into your outer future, what is going to happen, what I'm going to do, or where I should move, if that is your method, if that is your position at the moment, be patient. Do not try to push it too much. Just stand still. Yeah. It is coming soon, Ramadan. Ramadan usually is the month where the heavenly veil is lifted. And we feel much more connection to our heavenly nature, to our spiritual nature. And this is at the end what it's all about, right? So the world will always turn by itself. It doesn't need us to turn. But our individual journey is a vertical journey. It is from here back to home, to our heavenly abode, where we all come from. Yeah. For this reason, we never take any worldly thing too much heavy on our heart, whatever it is. Yeah. In that, we should try to be just patient, do the necessary, fulfill your duties, your worldly responsibilities. But our spiritual life is the first. Now, this is where we want to look at. This is where we want to improve day by day, where we want to reach closer, deeper, higher, whatever you want to describe it. To know ourselves to the core, no? To see all the hidden layers of our psyche, to see all the hidden layers of our shadow aspects, but to also be ready for the happiness and for the bliss that is going to come, yeah, for us, and that is possible to reach. It's possible to live in it. No, it's not all misery. It can be that you live in the middle of difficulties. You can live a very blessed and very fulfilled life. No. May Allah make this night happy for you and successful, and give you strength physically and spiritually, and increase your faith, your courage, your capacity to commit and to devote yourself more and more to your heavenly path. Haja, you would like to say something?
Thank you, Sheikh. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. So, the Laylat'ul Bara'ah is not only the night of forgiveness, but it is also the night of records or destiny. It's the night of destiny because on this night, Allah writes the destiny of us for the coming year. And our destiny will be written in the records. And many of you know that this is the Akashic records, where they speak about. And so one of the things that will be recorded is whether we live or die the coming year, or whether we find hardship or fortune. And we stay awake the entire night like the other two special nights. We stay awake in prayer, and the next day we fast. And then it's also the night of forgiveness. Now, forgiveness for our negative deeds that we acted out when we were not living according to our true nature. When we were living out of our shadows, out of the other layers that have covered our hearts. But while we may do the prayers and the fasting, forgiveness is not promised to everyone. And this is a very important point that we have to look at. Because specifically, the existence is very clear about this. It's specifically those with hatred in their hearts. They are not granted this forgiveness. And so you may say hatred, wow, that goes very far. I don't have hatred. I have only peace and love in my heart. But let's look at it very closely. It's because we don't like to speak about these emotions. And the reason is because they are like silent emotions that get rooted in our heart. And that's because we have been through some hurt, or some people hurt us. And it's usually a situation where we feel treated unfair, maybe mistreated, maybe violated. And they take root in the heart very silently. And so then we choose to stay in this hatred, this resentment, and it can develop to bitterness even. And this resentment grows and grows, corrupting the heart. So I would like to take you to an ayah in the Holy Book, the Book of Love. And it says, and therein we ordained for them a life for a life, an eye for an eye, a nose for a nose, an ear for an ear, a tooth for a tooth. And for wounds is legal retribution. But whosoever forgoes it out of charity, it shall be an expiation for him. An expiation is the act of showing that we are sorry for our negative behavior. So this ayah shows us that through forgiving the other as an act of charity, despite our right, العين بالعين والسن بالسن, we may know it maybe in Arabic, it's our right to have retribution. And by giving up this right for retribution, we get evolved in a forgiving nature. We show that we are sorry for our own behavior, and therefore we may be granted forgiveness ourselves. So the existence is very clear about this. In order for us to be granted forgiveness, we have to be free from resentment and hatred in our heart. And we have to show our capacity and ability to forgive the other, even though they may have wronged us. And so this Laylat'ul Bara'ah coincides with a very special configuration in the sky. And besides that, it's always with the full moon, it adds on it a configuration with Mars and Venus. And so you may experience this time maybe more clashes, more situations where you feel you are in your right, where you feel you have a justifiable anger, and it's justified, and you feel you need to act it out to prove your right and to get retribution. But this is the test. And so we get tested on our capacity for forgiveness. We get tested on our spiritual stamina for forgiveness. And so through this, we not only receive the grant of forgiveness, but also we protect our hearts from this resentment that silently creeps in and tries to corrupt our true nature, our Muhammadan nature. So let's keep this in mind while asking forgiveness, is to see where we may forgive and become free. So thank you very much.
So, have a blessed night, Laylat'ul Bara'ah, and remember to fast. It is actually the day also, Saturday is also fasting, and the day after is fasting. So 2 days fasting, if you can. So see you then before Ramadan, inshallah, or in the beginning of Ramadan, inshallah. All the best. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.